impressed so much with both his individual form, but also his calling. And his ability to beat Cloud9 yesterday has won me over. If not for that match, I probably would have picked Liquid here. But we'll see. It starts on Inferno. And again, another strong veto here for Mousesports.
BMAS trying to take somebody off at this B site. Here it is. Stewie, 2K, and Grim. Players who take turns dying. And that's exactly what they do before they can find any sort of success on this B site. Naf, well, bomb's planted right in front of him. And he's got a Liege to work with. CZ with the armor. A Liege supposed to be the heaviest hitter here. Problem being, it's only 24 bullets. He's going to have to be pretty accurate. So that first one's rather fast. Twist on Banana gets deleted by Chris J. Now suddenly they're trying to fight out from construction. BMAS with 2 headshots to close, 3 frags in the pistol. What is it he said when he left FaZe? Watch me.
Watch me. Yeah, watch me. Yeah, he's definitely improving. And he's improving on Inferno, as was referenced by Frankie on the desk. He's shown real amazing rounds so far in most of the pistols that we've seen. And it feels like, yeah, he's only going to get better. I mean, you can't doubt his aim, you can't doubt his spray control, and you can't doubt his entry fragging. It's kind of everything else. How he plays on CT positions, where he sometimes would make mistakes, how much confidence he plays with when it comes to taking liberties and moving around. But it feels like he's learning, he's developing, he's growing, and he's becoming smarter and more confident.
Triple smoke grenade for Team Liquid. Armored pistol players. I feel like one of the things that I haven't seen from Liquid yet is real big success in rounds like this. Am I crazy?
On the, I mean,
on their force buys.
They got ecoed a lot.
Yeah, yeah, right. It's
But
the
yes.
other direction, man. I haven't seen them kind of, you know, with that wild X factor.
Sure, yeah.
These sorts of rounds. It's like either they're winning the gun rounds, they're locking down everything on CT. But
I think they just don't bring a lot of ideas to the eco rounds. I think you're onto something. Like even here we kind of have a default stack. However, Grim gets an opening kill. That's something nice. Okay, as soon as we talk about it,
yep,
there they go.
likely.
Naf and Grim, couple of kills.
Molotov at the feet of Stewie. And he's sitting inside of that smoke. Chris J is going to reload the MAC-10. He's got a teammate behind him in dark corner. Chris J literally sitting next to Stewie.
Oh my God, is he on the coffin?
Hey
Wow.
there, neighbor. And, well, continuation spray down, not good for a second. It's a Legion Naf back in with kills. Frozen goes down to Twist with the Deagle. 1 HP on the Liege, 10 for Naf, 49 on Twist. I'll eat my words and enjoy it.
Well, I think the point still stands. They didn't do anything all that interesting, right? They just have Grim boost up on oranges. They had 2 players on B. They just got the opening kill. That was an amazing last 1D kill. Imagine if he doesn't get that kill. There's still there's 2 players coming out of construction who are on 1 HP or just within 1 hit of dying. So there was definitely a really great chance that Mousesports still brought that back. And but of course, like you're saying, they have the X factor in terms of this crazy ability to have such even strength in terms of aim.
Molotov's going back and forth. Liege peeks into Boiler, falls back ever so slightly. Robs is going to be consistently contesting Boiler Room. It's what this man does. But it's actually Chris J to pick up the kill here. Headshot onto short. This is going to leave Team Liquid split 2-2. An M4 for you.
Well,
Twists looking to get aggressive here. They threw that flash up. It's Stewie again inside of the smoke. Twist, he just came off of the short side with a kill. Naf's also got another. BMAS and Chris J in the 2 versus 4. And BMAS has now made it even. He is off to a flying start thus far on Inferno. We are only 3 rounds deep, but he has 5 kills already to his name. Frag grenade thrown towards the library. Tons of utility here for Liquid once they start piecing together the retake. So a Molotov over on the graveyard and another one close sight. Chris J's going to give away his position with the trajectory, but BMAS, he's the player with a kill. Another 3K, and how about a 4th? Mousesports force buying back to their success.
God damn, BMAS looking very comfortable. That's a pretty amazing round from him. And this is a round where they weaponize the AK. They put Chris up front. He goes for an opening. And then BMAS comes back to trade, as you mentioned, bringing it back to even with these 2 frags. and then a third, and then a fourth. Really sick stuff here. Wow, it was actually just a clean one tap on a Stewie to end it. And so, Liquid, they eco Mousesports, but get ecoed back, and in the economic game of chicken, it's going to be more costly to the CT side. Especially just giving up these rounds. And they're always incentivized to try to force back and win, because there's so much on the line, right? If they win, and they win the following conversion, they get 2 rounds for free, potentially. So we're not surprised to see it, but their actual odds of winning this round, of course, are quite slim.
Smoke soon to fade. Chris J versus Twists. Trajectory of the grenades comes over the top. Oh, Chris J flying by. It is only Elige to deliver a kill here. That Desert Eagle headshot, all that Liquid have to work off of.
And this is just such a hot start now, right? Because they win the 2 in a row. Liquid forced down. Stewie saves a gun. This will be the only thing they'll be able to buy for the next couple of rounds. And it's already 3-1 here for Mousesports. I did not know that you heard a radio there.
Yeah, man.
I actually didn't. How did I not? How did I not know
transmission.
that? My goodness. Thought my brain was on the fritz. Okay.
Oh no, the voices, they're back.
Yeah, so Stewie does want to hold on to these. They're, again, they might try to invest a little bit, but they just got to think about their economy at this point. Already a great start here versus the CT side of Liquid. Very fallible on Inferno. Lots to work on. Tough map. Always like to bring up that the interview from that player on Virtus Pro who is named Yakinder, who said that this is a map that's incredibly hard to prepare for. He said it was the hardest map in the pool to prepare for. And that's why he wanted to pick it versus, I think it was, which team was it? It was an NA team. It was versus Cloud9 in their inaugural match with the new roster. So any ingenuity here from Team Liquid. Down 3-1 in rounds, and we've got the full kit on Stewie. He'll go for the Molotov down and immediately get stripped of his armor, the rest of his nades. He had a smoke and 2 flashes. And also the MP9.
They did sneak Elige into the apartments. That's something to work with. I would say that versus Furio, when Team Liquid finally started to get some CT-sided success, it was because Elige was able to get into the apartments. That's something that I think out of the gate they don't necessarily prioritize, but do shift towards when they're trying to rob rounds back. It's not always risky business down banana. Sometimes you mess around with the alt mid. Naf has 1 kill on this round. Looking for a second. Mousesports doing a good job of just countering him out. Smoke grenade denies the vision. They're going to go ahead and plant on this B site. And even if he tries to save towards A, there are players in this direction. So yes, the Force Wars, the great Force Wars of 2020, did not work out well for Team Liquid at the start of this one. So much cash already here on the back of Mousesports. This is huge. Chris J could... I'm curious to see if he goes for an op.
Oh, look at the sweaty angle.
Stab him.
Naf. Oh, Naf was almost just as sweaty to clear it out. Chris will hold on to this cutoff. Mid, alt, the balcony, everything. Mousesports up 4-1. We were waiting for this moment, but look at this. Even after having to save 2 rounds in a row, we've got Liquid, who only have enough money for for M4s. No op will be included in this round. A couple of Falmus buys on Stewie and Twist, and you have to prioritize your grenades. CT side Inferno. T side you can get away with a few less, but it's just a very nade intensive map, generally speaking. So how will some of that utility usage come out? Well, Naf will empty his kit into Banana. They won't get any damage off of this. BMAS takes a little bit, but for the most part, Mousesports are still quite intact. And look at Kerrigan going for an entry. Again, his ability to find these kills is absolutely extraordinary, and he's doing it now versus Liquid. He did it yesterday versus Cloud9. That was amazing enough.
Did it 2 days ago versus Heroic. That was fantastic.
Like the amount of talent that he's taking down basically as the entry, it cannot be understated.
He just throws himself at them, and like a properly cooked noodle, he sticks it.
El Dante?
Yeah.
El Extremely Dante.
El Dante's Inferno going well for Mousesports. Rops rounding the corner of Arch. Twists is in the corner, and that's a kill for him. So now an exit route has at least been secured for Team Liquid. 5 rounds to 1. Because Kerrigan, you know, if his individual level wasn't as high as it currently is, and this is a recent development, if it wasn't as high, he would still at least be able to gain information, soften players up, and prime his teammates, right? This is why we look to guys like Robs who can hard deliver. But when it works well and he takes players with him, dude, it's a whole other beast to try and stop Mousesports because he is aggressive, he is consistent, and as of late, he is on point.
And I swear, he would even, if, let's say he peeks B in that situation and he dies. He does like 50 damage and dies. He's setting up BMS to trade that kill. BMS will get the kill as well.
Yep.
And that still leaves Liquid in an awkward spot. It was so early into the round for the T's to be up that far, and Liquid tried to throw grenades down B, but they didn't have any other pressure. They didn't put in place the plan to regress top banana fast enough. And here, now they're peeking over the half wall, but they don't think Kerrigan is this close. Look at this. He's getting so much progress off, and Liquid are getting caught off guard once again. They'll cross out and over. Stewie will peek out and deal with him. And Stewie's now low, but at least they get this kill on Kerrigan.
Yeah, Kerrigan's like that parent who tries to help his children do the school project, but once he's already kind of like a couple of steps in, just does the whole damn thing.
Right, he wants the grade 2.
Yeah, that's what he's doing when he's getting kills on these attempts. This is a round where it doesn't go too great. Teacher calls him out. Now let's see what the students can offer us. Mousesports, all 4 players clumped up. Oh, that is nice.
That's about as good as that gets. Chris J was magnetized to it as well. Quad Molly coming out. Full execute. Let's see how they deal with it. Grim's going to hop on over to force Oranges, wait for a flash. He'll eat one in response, but he does get into a very strong spot now. However, traded out.
Yep, BMAS kills him. Stewie falls back away through the smoke, and Nafly tries to pound some rounds through it. And everybody else for Mousesports still standing. So we've got a man advantage for Liquid, and they've got 2 players on the banana control. Make that a 2-man advantage, because Stewie steals one through the smoke. You've got Rops over on the little pit, and BMAS now forced into the open, but he takes a quick headshot. And a Liege, well, he'll seal the deal. 3 alive for Liquid, their 2nd round on the board.
Oh, that's nicely done. Okay, this is a lot better. First of all, they deal with Kerrigan. They just win that duel, even though Stewie only has a Falmus to fall back on. He made tons of space there, but after they dealt with Kerrigan, they did some damage, some unconfirmed damage with the HE on Chris J. That makes things easier for them as the round progresses. They get a kill through the smoke on first Oranges. That is part of the game on Inferno. You have to get damage through the smoke, and then it makes the retake so much easier, right? The worst thing you can do is not apply pressure on this map, and the best thing you can do is what Liquid did following that first kill. Keep it going.
Smoke to the side. Stewie gets from beyond the grave.
He was, I think Grim was blind maybe. I don't know. He stood in there for about all of the damage basically. This will lead Mousesports up mid. Scary situation. This is such a big call out, right? So when a team does 3 down banana, oh, Snap's not even going to know about this now. He thinks he's got here early enough. Look how quickly they've walked through.
Nice
I wouldn't
timing.
be. No one's watching the flank in this spot because Nafly just went and cleared out mid.
Yep.
Yeah,
Look at that.
That's free.
Chris J plucks Twists off of the balcony. Naf now realizes the error of his ways, but maybe he can recover this on his own. He drops the bomb carrier, who is looking to join them.
Oh my!
And well, Naf will let Rops join his 2 dead teammates.
Holy
hell
hell.
of a no-scope. And Chris J, now we're going to get a little bit of combat opping. 2 snipers in the apps. Chris flicks, hits the shot, but Nafly takes the kill. He's on to 3 now. A total recovery from Nafly, but Frozen, who has been so good as of late, is down to 46 health. 40 seconds. And he still doesn't have that bomb.
They're both spotted. He could actually recover this bomb. And he's looking for a lurk. This is an interesting spot because there is the opportunity to go back to B. And I wonder, it looks like, oh no, he's going to go for the peek in the window. Okay, Stewie will take him down, holding on to this very important angle. And that is a round 1 because of Naf. What a huge individual effort by him. This is a round where they get destroyed. They lose their pit player. The whole setup gets pantsed basically as soon as Twist dies on top of the balcony. And Nafly, the only player to push mid, sits in his spot, catches the bomb coming in late, and Mousesports don't read that part of it, that he had pushed eventually.
And he survives the leg shot from Chris J.
The no-scope in a Halls, man. Like,
oh.
Yeah, and he doesn't shoot Chris. That was so
right. Goes for the repeat. But Chris J, he's going to start off this round with a little bit of success. Kobe Grim getting his revenge. Revenge. As
a singe of revenge. Say it in French.
He's got him. He's got him, Mohan. Blown away from behind the logs. You can see Mousesports keeping an eye up top Banana, thinking maybe somebody else comes over here. How quick do they want to transition into the plausible B hit?
Yeah, it's always plausible as long as you've got top Banana control. They've got tons of nades to work with, but there are also smokes here. Grim and... Okay, Grim will toss his out preemptively. They're going to flat water. They're actually going to come all the way through it. Look at Mousesports go, making so much progress.
Grim's going to get the kill, but it's a one and done. Frozen clears him. Now Elige, backside, looking to deliver. Gets Rops first. Peeks out into Kerrigan, shaves off health, and will take it. It's Frozen with another attempt in the 1v3. He's got the bomb. Twist has a smoke, double flash and a frag on Naf. No utility. Frozen comes off of that plant, and now he's going to go for the reload. He's thinking maybe somebody peeks him from the CT side, but that is not the case. Both players back here, and he taps into the feet of Naf. Sees both CTs. However, he takes neither of the final two. It is Team Liquid, 4 rounds, only 1 away now.
Elige is an EMT. When he comes to rotate over to Banana, he seems to solve all their problems. Like, the other day we watched them play, and it felt like the only rounds that they won on CT side were when Elige rotated over. It really makes you wonder if he could be a better permanent B player than the situation they have going on right now. Because again, it's a lot of game plans focused on bullying them for not playing this site as well as they could.
Now we find Mousesports on a tempered purchase. Not everything they'd hoped for, but definitely still good enough to win a round away. We've seen it already. BMAS 9 rounds deep, still sitting above 100 ADR. Naf back in library, pulls out a grenade at an awful time, but will still recover the moment with a kill into BMAS. But he knows somebody's compromised the arch. That's Chris J. And he's not alone. Frozen. Closer towards the A site than the CT spawn. Drive by, and now suddenly Chris J has his hands on the coveted op.
Wow. He's 10-4, shooting hot today.
Stewie right outside the doorway.
Watch him clear. Oh my god, he looks like he's going to clear this. Oh, okay. The crosshair placement's too good from Stewie. And Grim will eventually find his footing here. And of course, the next one looks laser sharp.
Eagle damage versus Stewie, but Frozen's not going to find anything in that clutch attempt either. He was very ill-equipped. And Team Liquid, nice to see it. We're all tied up at 5.
They come back into this interesting situation. Well, BMAS, playing well is not a surprise. Rops, Frozen, Kerrigan not contributing quite as much, but Chris J, he had a kind of a weird situation where he played bad on the first map. What's going on?
Nobody has a higher ADR in 2020 than Grim with 86.7, and he joins Ziwu in second for kills per round.
And he's played a lot of tier 1 teams at this point now.
And lost some games.
Yeah.
They've lost maps.
Yeah.
And his stats are still that fantastic.
Yeah. Actually, I say a lot. They played Furia, so over when they were on MI, they played versus MIBR, which I don't know if they would consider tier 1 at the time. But yeah, he's definitely played a lot of hard matches and top frag, win or lose.
Grim is the real deal.
He really is.
Smoke grenades on Banana to both directions. Stewie decides to pierce through the smoke, trying to find a little bit of vision. They've done a good job of pushing Mousesports away from Banana early, and that's going to afford them a Stewie 2K rotate over to A.
Yeah, this is nice. They fight for it. They hold their ground. They stay posted. Execute will not. well, the execute will be obvious here as they start to wrap over, but we'll see if they can get through. Grim's going to flash himself through this position. Stewie with a 2K spray down. Christie trades him out 3-on-3, but Elige, he stands firm here at Moto.
Twist comes out of pit, 2 kills back the way of Mousesports. That is absolutely what they needed. We had such a quick clash on Arch side with Stewie going through the smoke, Chris J able to punish him. I saw blind frags on that kill feed to both teams, and then suddenly we see Twists come out of his pit position, looks to take a gunfight, and Launders, whether he realized it or not, he just gave himself over.
Yeah, it does come down to these very slim margins on these duels, but they win the fights and they get into positions to have these duels. So that's another thing. I think one thing Mousesports are showing us at the moment is that they're forcing the CTs to make decisions faster and faster every single round. Sometimes they're going into B, they're changing their timings. Every time Liquid go ahead and are successful at taking banana control or get it early or go for the 3B setup, there's always Mousesports there trying to exploit that fact. Either walk through Arch, the full-on Arch hit right here. So even when Liquid get the information and walk back, they're already halfway through the execute, which means that that rotation is not as meaningful. Now, that being said, Stewie, he gets 2 kills. He's the guy who runs through the CT smoke and gets 2 kills. But Grim dies because he didn't expect him to be so close. And then the other 2 players on the site, I believe Twist and Elige, both go down without a kill each.
Double sniper setup between Stewie, 2K, and Naf. This is all the money Liquid have to work with, so either we're tied back up at 6 or Mousesports going to pull ahead again. Cheeky boost. Ooh. Misses the shot. Takes a second one as well. Now he's down to 81 HP, Stewie. Twist is feeling the pressure here on short alongside Naf. They both fall back somewhat. And don't forget, they also have Elige already on Arch. 3 players out of the gate for Liquid on A.
Let's see what Liquid think of this. Okay, they're sitting behind an Arch smoke, and eventually that will wear off and they'll get eyes down mid. But look how Mousesports, they clearly are always executing so quickly. Look, they just immediately run into it. Don't waste any more time. No rotations come in. Grim, he doesn't get spotted, but he gets a couple of shots off. That could be a key spot to lose.
Yeah, he falls down, throws the Molotov at the feet of the pit, and they're just going to circumvent that by going through the smokes because now they know there's nobody on that wall. Frozen finds Elige, big scalp to take down. Before anybody can even see through these smokes, we've got a frag the way of Mousesports and an awkward retake considering the 2-op setup. Frag grenade, double flash. That's what they have to work with in terms of utility. Single kit on Naf. Grim, he's going to be the first point of contact. BMAS already holding him in. And now suddenly Stu K just wants to walk away. He's out.
That was actually a pretty sick post plant. They put pressure on them to try to molly out Emo, but they still could not molly out the front of Emo, where the construction players were trying to wrap into, forced them to duel in that spot, and did not play the same post plant that they did that previous round, where they died getting spammed through on oranges, getting mollied out on quad. This is a great round for Mousesports. Again, pushing forward this idea that if Liquid, yes, they're rotating or maybe they're getting info, they take that one step further and force them to make even faster decisions, that they're never there in time. They're not afraid to go through these smokes. I think that's something that Liquid need to pay attention to, because there's a few times now where they would have had the opportunity to multi-frag players running through a smoke.
See if they can stop the bleeding. Team Liquid were on the comeback in this first half, but if they're not careful, Mousesports are about to secure themselves a guaranteed lead at the end of the first 15. And they could go even further than 8. Flashbang's a bit of a warning, or maybe more of a welcoming. If they go for these peaks towards B, it's Stewie in position with the op, but, you know, as I say that, he falls away. Mousesports content to take all of middle, the base of banana, and hang out in the apartments at the same time.
Oh, that's Twist done. Spam down in the halls. It looked like trying to walk up or maybe hug in the corner. I'm not exactly sure. Stu gets hurt on his way. Oh no, the leg's not quite enough. Kerrigan will eventually finish him off. There he is, Kerrigan again. He's like Freddy Krueger. Except that's not a nightmare, it's real life.
Grim tries to find a little bit of an angle here. Ooh, Nav tries that same tough shot. Oh! And he finds it on the other side, but Robs dunks the nade down on him. And now Kerrigan, he's chasing Grim after Grim played around with the banana control. Grim's actually going to get a chance to push Kerrigan into the corner. He's down now. Grim's MP9 making a bit of a difference. Elige, however, has been shaved to 15 HP. And this is a 2v2 with Mousesports in the post plant.
And they are a hard team to call against. This is the post plant, but this would be a hard one to lose. Let's see if they can. Someone as careful as Robs, you'd think not. But yeah, with them going towards lane as well, this is a pretty big position for Robs. No one coming out of the halls. Molly to land at their feet. Are they thinking about canceling at this point? It looks like yes, they'll actually do it. This is a round where, again, Kerrigan, man, he has 4 kills, but he has some of the most impact on this T side. Whether he wins his duel or not, he forces one of the 2 remaining players to tell them where he is. And then as soon as that happens, they just pick a site. If he sees 2 on B, they go A. If he sees 1 on B, they still go A because it's versus 1. But they know it's versus 1. That's what the key information is. And that's why Kerrigan has just been so crucial each and every step of the way.
I can't believe he only has 4 kills. I didn't realize it was still that low when you pointed it out. Just because you see him hitting the impact. You see him gathering the info. I thought for sure he'd be at like 8.
Like his Danish art called Dart.
Ooh, but, I mean, Chris J just asking for it with that one. Tapping him to the apartment. Elige, one of the 2 rifle players for Team Liquid. Why wouldn't he take a risk if he at least has that information? Yes, somebody could have been keeping him pinned in, but not the case. Just finds Chris J in La La Land. Smoke to the front of the B site. Naf just teasing the side of this. Eats a flashbang, as does Stewie. They are going to regain their vision fast enough. Elige is the 3rd party over on this side of the map, and well, his AK's delivered a second. He takes tons of damage through the smoke and chases them away, scatters them back from B towards mid. 45 seconds still left.
Yeah, they actually go for the hawk cancel here. Robs, it looked like he was going to lead the charge, but instead we'll have them turn back, and the CT's reset. They're scared because Mousesports have changed their mind more than once. This does leave an opening now for Mousesports. Elige is very low here inside of B. He's spotted in CT spawn. They're still focused on the other player. Naf misses his first shot.
But Naf will land the second. Gets peeked from the top of Orange. Now looking for that one, but Elige still just laying down the damage. BMAS able to catch him, and Naf's already down to 40 HP. A potential clutch for BMAS was way too outnumbered to manage, and that op of Naf will connect for another. Team Liquid, they could finish this half only 1 round away.
That wouldn't be bad at all for a CT side, especially considering what we've seen from them. It feels like Mousesports have just been incredibly frustrating to try to call against, and just when Liquid are starting to fix things, they're getting a specific brand of Counter-Strike that they probably were not ready for. So I think to get 6 rounds is actually quite decent, and it just comes down to their T side, which of course is a question of its own.
Opper's sussing out the situation. Who gets the shot? It's Naf versus Chris J. Who do you think's more patient?
Naf has nowhere to go. Time moves slow in Naf's mind. He lives within the matrix. Nothing fades. Oh my god.
That's a headshot.
That's a warning headshot. So it only took out one of his eyeballs.
It's just hanging out of the socket. Somebody gonna fix this? Elige kills Frozen in the meantime. Nafly still has not moved.
He doesn't have any other plans today. The only thing he's going to do is just sit there for the whole round.
Why did I already know the answer when I asked you that question? Of course, Naf's just going to sit there.
You want to win a boring contest? Nothing can bore me, you fool.
Rob's just sticking the barrel at the door frame. Doesn't have the bomb. Doesn't have any real way to get out here. And he's got Twist down beneath him. So there you go. Team Liquid finishing this first half with the 7th round. They trail by 1. Can they take it on the T side?
Yeah. Your life hits hard, but I hit right back. I never back down.
They hung on and let's
Let's go again. Okay, run the intro.
coming in. They hung on as Mousesports posted some score on that T side, but it is the Mouse map pick. Dude, this is
You
hot
want to
today.
go? Burn, go for it.
Welcome back to the second half. It's 8-7.
Yeah, let's keep it simple. I like that. Can never fail. Yes. Well, he had quite a travel day. We are still here, okay, pounding monsters, energized, excited for this match.
That's the problem.
But, of course, you know, just gotta,
Yeah.
yeah, no worries. The show begins now. They haven't done anything special just yet. Kerrigan here, Incendiary and Flashbang. Chris J with the utility. The responsible players of the crew. You wouldn't trust anyone else with the utility. The execute is coming. Frozen, will you peek? Oh, he's just looking for this off angle. And Chris J's playing back. They're looking for the retake. No nades come out here. Chris J holds on to his smoke. Probably for a banana. Kerrigan gonna pick between Emo and Quad with his Incendiary, and then flash and go. That's it.
You make it sound so simple.
That's it.
See what they can do.
And Liquid know what's going, so that big time counter utility here.
Perfect. That flashbang's perfect. It at least blinds two of them. And Stewie and a lead.
Give him the ace. I
Look
don't care.
at that.
For all of those flash assists, that's an absolutely perfectly timed flashbang. A single flashbang counters every bit of utility from the other team. Just waited for the timing. This is the problem with trying to rely on retakes. Without making it seem like you're constantly trying to retake, they cut noise completely and Elige.
He had his name on every single one of those kills.
He deserves to have such a big smile. You can see all 100 of his teeth after that one. That was perfect.
Do you know how many teeth a shark has?
Not as many as Elige, I'll tell you that much.
That was my punchline. Next time, just say, I don't know.
We're one of the same. Okay, sure. Yeah, true.
Spend too much time together.
Yeah, it's the issue.
I need a break. It's not you, it's me.
This is like Liquid playing Furia every weekend.
Right?
They just know each other too well.
Yeah, that record now 10-1 after the most recent loss for Liquid. Flashbang again, good. Chris J rattles one off. Rops is getting curious.
A curious mouse. Oh! With an opportunity, but Twist is sharp. Very sharp. As he was on the pistol.
Group it up in Banana, gonna hit this B site. Frozen in the back corner. Has Kerrigan on the oranges with the up. Falls off of it into the flames of Nafly. 2 kills from the Molotovs. That's a hell of a way to open up sight.
Oh! That's beautiful.
Chris J, nice turnaround.
That B-hop train just made it look so stylish. Got a little velocity. Went straight, no strafing. Boing, boing. Turn around.
Boing,
Pivot
boing,
flick.
bonk.
That was cool. I like that.
9th round for Team Liquid. What do you know? They've got a lead.
He's got a big smile, too.
Grim?
Grim's
Yeah.
got kind of a smaller, he's got a smaller smile. It's like a charming, sharp smile. But I'm talking about Chris J. Chris J's got like a big Elige smile.
Eliges.
Great smiles.
Grim is always smiling.
He is always smiling, though.
He's probably... Dude,
Even when they're losing.
This is his dream. This is actually his dream, to come to Europe and play Counter-Strike. This is his first stint on European soil
come into
playing
Liquid,
CS.
I mean, yeah.
And to come into Liquid. And to make it happen when so many other players are kind of, departing from the game and NA's kind of like, falling a little bit, taking a stumble. This guy...
And now he's just carrying them.
Yeah, right?
He's carrying his idols. It's great. All right. What can you do here, Mousesports? Pistols to work with. Scout shot goes in. It does what? Doesn't go in. Anything. Just goes past. Oh, okay.
Uh-oh. Stewie loses a grip on the nade.
Of course, looking down with a jump, so it goes farther. I think some people don't know that.
Really put some velocity on those bad boys. Chris J's already so close to death. 12 health, taken down to 11. Frozen's USP, going to be given a bit of a target. Lee's just looking to rack up some money with this here ump. Run through the smoke, I dare you. Obviously, Chris J has to be so safe because this scout will die the moment he gets hit by another bullet. Elise chases down Frozen, clears all the corners in this B site. Team Liquid very confident in their ability to close out this 10th round. They're going to have still 3 SMGs in the next one.
Even though all these stats we talk about the CT side and stuff, I feel like on Inferno, their CT side is actually really poor, and I kind of am more looking forward to their T side. But I don't know what to expect. I don't know how good it's gotten. So we'll see if Liquid can bring some cool ideas and cohesion to their T side. It's not an easy one, but at the same time, if you send someone like Elige, and at one point in time, like Liquid had an incredible Inferno. Everything's just slightly different now. But you could, at one point in time, send Elige to the top of Banana by himself with no other strategy in mind. No overarching theme for the round. No mid-control to begin with. Just send him to the top of Banana, and he could find 2 kills. And then that is the round. And then you multiply that by every player that could do something like that on the team. You're like, well, they could actually individually win a T side on Inferno with their scrappiness alone and their aim. I mean, quite like Mousesports' game plan with Kerrigan, except it's 5 players who have more individual skill than Kerrigan. I mean, right now, Kerrigan's probably playing better than Stewie, to be fair. I know we're looking at a 4-14 Kerrigan, but if you missed the first half, you just have to see it for yourself. The 4 kills he got were extraordinary. They actually were. Most of the other times, he was just a paparazzi. He was just running out to get a photo, even if it cost him his life, to go and sell that information to TMZ, aka the rest of his team.
Gotta do it for the gram. Elige, deep grenades on Banana. Oh, that is some killer utility.
Oh,
and
there's more.
Frozen
Oh, they're
dunks
teaching him
one.
about grenades.
Back to the drawing board. They took a pause for that.
Yeah, this is... So, we flash back to the first half. We had a round similar to this where Mousesports run up. They don't get punished nearly as hard. It just doesn't stop either. It is Dunkirk on Banana.
Ricochet keeping the scout scoped in.
And look, they're so focused down in mid, they can even rotate over. Liquid are just continuing forward with it.
Scout damage versus Grim. He's on 24 HP. Frozen also in the back of this site. Stewie 2K dies. Grim tries to close that distance. Now he has no clue where he's at. But in fact, he's crossed behind them. And Frozen's right on the other side of it. Imagine a world where he sprays through and takes 2. It could still be Naf for the clutch. A 1 versus 3, and he gets his hands on the M4, crossing back over towards Coffin. A 1 versus 1, and he takes the head off Rops. It's Naf with 3 kills. I'm talking 16 and 6 with 30 seconds. This could be sick. But BMAS, well, he's creeping, and he's been seen. Nafly now knowing where his opponent is, but how to take him down, that's the question.
There's no free plant. He might get BMAS to fight early, though. We'll see. He's just watching, waiting. He's trying not to commit. This is really smart from BMAS. Such a difficult position for Nafly. He's got to go for the plant, and he doesn't have time to fake at this point. He's going to have to stick it, and he'll finally peek out. 5 seconds left. He's off of it, and BMAS calls him out. What a play by BMAS. That's amazing.
Wow, doesn't skip a beat, doesn't go for the peek. Naf was hoping BMAS would come around a corner, and look at that
let him have the
smile.
He let him have the plant. That is a huge read, and that's the kind of play I feel like BMAS was not confident enough to make. Even though he had the skill to do it, it felt like in the past few months, this were the kinds of moments where it feels like he might make a mistake or overestimate his opponent. But here, he really played him like they were equals. You love to see that. And Nafly, I mean, I love the play at the end. It's a Hail Mary by him, but damn, did he get red. A nice attempt in the clutch. No easy feat to win a 50-50 like that versus Rops.
Ooh, hit the headshot.
Yikes.
Come on, Twist. Let's see it again. Good grenade.
Yeah,
Third of Grim gone.
2/3 of Grim's probably a kill or two still.
Sure.
They come up quick. I mean, it's an interesting spot. This is a position where Mousesports in the first half would have just moved into an execute, found this timing. Liquid might be a bit more patient about it. Let's see. 2-3 situation. Smoke's coming up on A. That arch now will be spotted. But there's a small fake. However, the CT's in front of it.
Smoke to block him off. Fire to follow up. 20 seconds. I mean, Team Liquid, they're going to have to just try and run through this. And Grim, well, he seems content to try his damnedest. Frozen. Oh my god, everybody dies. And there's not a single kill here for Mousesports.
I want to say they got a bit fortunate there. Actually, let's credit one flash. The late flash when I believe Kerrigan moves into pool, and he's sitting there in the corner and eats one extra flash, displaces his aim just that much more, and then Frozen cannot trade as well. I think there was a late continuation flash that was absolutely key there for Team Liquid. I think we'd have to rely on a replay to see for the flash assist maybe, but it definitely looked like Mousesports were really well prepared for that moment because they had a player on the inside of the smoke at Arch to peek into mid for information, and plus the players who were on B were throwing down their utility properly, late molly, late smoke, forced Liquid to run through it, played in front of the smoke exactly what you should do. That was quite a curious round.
Watch it back.
So this is the one. I mean, Grim has line of sight. Chris, I don't know if he just looked away, but there's no flash assist there. It's Lige who gets the one flash assist on Frozen. And I feel like there should have been one there on the player in pool as well.
Mousesports now worse for wear. Team Liquid. Kind of staring a 12th round in the face, but I like this. Little off angle from Frozen. Stewie 2K, however, going to open up shop towards mid. Kerrigan, CZ sprays.
Immediately goes to pick up the gun. He will scavenge it. But of course, as we can see, B is the scarier site to hit from Team Liquid. Unfortunately, it is really hard to get this information sometimes. So there's not a lot of incentive for Mousesports to move, and Liquid have to play the guessing game. It looks like they're reading this correctly. Kerrigan's alone. He's got the M4. But the odds that he gets more than one, he'd have to go Supernova here. Such low HP.
This is one piece of utility thrown down. Does actually stave off 3 players from Liquid, but they wait the fire out. Now they're going to run in. They line up, in fact, but Naf trades it. And there's nobody else here for Mousesports, unfortunately, for them. So Team Liquid will find their plant, and Rob's going to hang on to that M4.
That's a nice move. Are they actually running in for this? That's an interesting spot because they stayed so long.
They do have Kid.
Yeah. Or they're just getting the guns here at top mid. That's pretty prudent. They'll take those over into the next round and try again. But a nice, confident read here from Team Liquid, not fearing the Molotov that lands at their feet when they're trying to wrap Moto. Mousesports being patient, just gamble stacking, doesn't pay off, but again, they save one M4. They find an AK to save as well. And we'll see now. Things start to get a bit more interesting. I don't think that this will be the last time Mousesports win a round. They definitely have shown some good stuff, even on CT side so far already.
But I do want to touch on it because it is an anomaly. 4-13, Robs.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. I didn't even notice that. Oh, my God. I was just thinking, he got out duel by Naf in that previous round. He lost that duel to Stewie. And I was like, huh, that's like uncharacteristic. Like, that's how good Robs is. Any peak like that, you're like, you always give him the edge. BMS has just 13% of the amount of career kills that Robs has. Wow. Just it goes to show you how little BMAS has played in comparison. Robs used to have the world record in long jump in 1.6, which is the most competitive thing you can do in KZ, and he had the world record. And I mean, some KZ players are incredibly talented at Counter-Strike in like competitive game modes as well.
Yeah.
But that's something pretty sick that people don't know.
I thought this was going to be one of those stories of like, you know, a player who used to be an athlete,
Right.
and like had an injury and had
Pretty
to
much
stop.
the same thing.
When you're telling me he was like, he's a world record long jump, it's like when he was like, what, 13? But
Yeah,
more
but
sense. You're talking about video games.
Yeah.
You're talking about real sports.
Thank you.
Chris J's going to get aggressive here. Wants to interrupt what was the B setup. They just got back around the corner as Chris J comes peeking in. And then Liquid throw a frag grenade in the off chance somebody was coming.
Oh, they're reading this incorrectly. I think they heard. I think Chris J thinks they heard him, but that wasn't the case. And now there's 3 people on B, even though Liquid did just leave. They didn't respond to that at all. Oh, Grim's still here.
Great first headshot. Chris J's down. We'll have to see if Frozen re-rotates over to the A site. We'll have to see if Liquid decide to double back off of that one pickup. Regardless of where they go, they could play the 5 versus 2 to their advantage. The longer they milk this A split, the closer Frozen gets back to the action. Double smoke here on Arch. Make that a quadruple smoke now. As the first set fades, the second pops. That's great damage from the utility. Look at Stewie and Naf down at the hands of BMAS. He is inside of the site, locking it down. Robs from the small pit. He's got himself another. This is looking fantastic for Mousesports. Twist, all that's left over in the 1 versus 3, and he has 6 seconds to spare. He needs that plant now, and he can't have it. Mousesports, take this back.
Okay, they lock it up. That's a bit of a better round there from Robs. And you got to appreciate the confidence, right? Because you're not having a great game, but then you're still going for long-range taps. You know, very easily in games like this, sometimes you fall back into a pattern of crouch spraying, taking shots whenever you can. But Robs, he holds his nerve. He goes for the patient 1 taps, hits it on a second try, turns it into another very quick and clinical kill, denying the refrag, allowing Mousesports back into the game.
That's a big one handed over. They'd gotten their opening kill. Numbers advantage on the A site. They tried to force their way through that smoke grenade as it faded. Chris J on the other side of the fire. Well, it's traded back by Grim, but at what cost? He has 11 HP left over. Kerrigan goes peeking around it. Frag grenade could kill him. Yup, he's done. Man advantage established to Mousesports. Their utility in these last 2 rounds has been fantastic, but here comes that execute. 2 smokes into this for Liquid. They try to throw the Molotov to the back of the site, but it's already been extinguished. Kerrigan, he's going to drop to 41. A molly lands on his feet as Naf shoots through smoke to take him, and we are back into the even ground here. Frozen doesn't know exactly what's going on because he's seeing nothing. He's going to go ahead and extend beyond that small pillar, trades back and forth. It's BMAS once more with heavy impact, and Naf in the clutch yet again.
It's kind of this ring around the rosy, BMAS and Naf. But BMAS, he'll hit tab. He'll know who he's going up against. He's got a player to tether off of. BMAS in an unanticipatable position. He'll get spammed down. This is strange. I mean, Nafla could potentially plant. It depends if BMAS will just throw himself at this or not. He's making their long rotation around. Okay, we're on for the clutch. If he holds this angle properly, there's a chance he gets 1. He'll grab the first, and oh my God, almost.
So close.
Almost.
Team Ace coming out of Mousesports. Their 11th round took a concentrated effort from every single player. And Robs, yeah, may have questioned his individual stats just a couple rounds ago, but he's already starting to deliver.
Yeah, it's so good that you brought that up, and then suddenly he starts shooting hot because after these past couple of rounds, you think he's having a great game, but again, he was at 4 kills, which is just an anomaly of a performance for Robs in a negative way. So weird to see. Well, they come within 1 now. The Scoville start to go up a bit. Oh, and Kerrigan he'll make it even spicier. He's got to push down mid with the help of a smoke. VMAS will help him. And everybody's joining in the fun. That's actually Rops to take the attention away just so Kerrigan can get another. And look at the litany of pushes coming down both mid and banana.
Dude, it is an all-out assault, a fight from 4 fronts. Naf tasked to clutch yet again. And I mean, dude, he is 21-9.
Damn.
He is trying every single round to keep his team in this.
No doubt, having a fantastic map. And of course, one of the most clutch players on Liquid.
Frozen's low over on this B side alongside Kerrigan, who has 2 kills in this one already. And then you've got Rops, of course, generally on his own. A solo hold from top mid. Just ensuring that Nafly can't fall back. So as long as Rops holds the angle that he currently is, well, these 2 other B players should be on absolute high alert. Flashbang thrown, goes deep, gets the first in CT, but Frozen's on that closer corner, and he just comes out towards the end. Nafly was looking towards the bomb site, and Mousesports closed that one. An assault down middle from Kerrigan to take away Grim, and then this turnaround as well for his second frag. This is what we're talking about when we mention Kerrigan just taking chances. Kerrigan making ballsy moves, and that's a prime example of it paying off for him and Mousesports. We are tied at 12 with Team Liquid absolutely strapped for cash.
He is the paper boy. He's always got the news. And look who's out in front. Kerrigan sets him up with a flash. It's Rops. And everybody else is going down as well. Basically just pistols here for Team Liquid. But can they even get some damage here? It would matter. It looks like that might not be possible.
Oh!
Okay.
Nice!
The new sheriff in town.
Couple of deagles. Unfortunately for Liquid, it comes at a moment where it's not going to be nearly enough. They're going to go ahead and take their second pause of this first map.
Yeah. What do we talk about here? The trouble is that Mousesports are once again showing us why they picked Inferno, right? In the first half, they had a really cool approach to the rounds and only allowed Liquid to get, I think, the 7 rounds in total. Headhunter, Twist has 11 kills, 11 headshots. He has a 67.4 headshot percentage for the whole year.
I believe Twist is actually the player who's right behind Scream for career headshot percentage.
Unreal, over 2/3. Now, a lot of players aim for the crouch peak these days. You get guaranteed damage, hit him in the head if they crouch. But Twist, his crosshair placement's always quite high. I mean, he's just great at adjusting in the first place as well, and it's just such amazing reactions. He can handle it, but yeah, when he's crispy, he's crispy.
All right, round 26. We got a buyback up each side. Mousesports going to take a little bit of early damage here as they peek down Banana. Not looking to give it away for free. Robs gets aggressive in the apartments. Can he? No. Twists. What do you know?
One more headshot.
A 12.
That's actually such an epic duel. Robs versus Twist in the apartments. The 2 terrifying people to be going up against each other. Grim, nice crosshair placement and angle here on Kerrigan. He'll punish that push. And this might change Liquid's intentions. They were looking towards A. They're still pressed up here. Alish is trying to make one more punish. And oh my god, just as he gets away, that is so awkward. Chris drops the shot. I want to say luckily for Alish because it felt like he was holding on to that forever. But either way, it looks like they'll turn this now into a B-side exec, knowing that Chris is a far rotation away as the main threat of the round. And Mousesports, once again, will not make a rotation. Liquid have wisely mostly just avoided the problem instead of overthinking it and going back to the same side, assuming big rotations would come in, and that's worked out quite well for them.
This will be their 13th round, keeping things as tight as possible. Tight game.
Yeah, once again, we have like a match for sure. It's not perfect from both sides. There are some mistakes being made, but it's been a very, very interesting game to watch for a multitude of reasons. Learning more about Liquid's T side, seeing how Mousesports' game plan appears to have evolved and how Kerrigan has become such a focal point of every single round. To be honest, I mean, maybe he was a lot like this before and it didn't really notice. And we were talking about how that blast, that was the first time we casted
Mousesports.
Like Cast and Mousesports. Ever. It was funny because they kind of had a very, very rough start to the year. In a lot of the tournaments we were working at, they would be either eliminated in the beginning, or just play against the wrong opponents, or really underperform. But it feels like an absolute turning point in the closing couple of months here in 2020. There's one good thing here for Mousesports is things are starting to look up. However, if they win this series, that would be Heroic, Cloud9, and Team Liquid potentially in the same week. Pretty unbelievable week for Mousesports in terms of consistency.
That's an if, though.
That's an if, yeah.
13 rounds each. 2 CTs over towards Banana. Lots of utility fight going on over there. Drop stand nice and cool. Remains posted. 4 players for Mousesports here on brackets. Smoke grenade forces Chris J forward. He's looking to shave one off, and he will find it. Now, he doesn't see anything else, and I think that's going to indicate that there should be more of a presence towards Banana. Considering Frozen doesn't have eyes, I see the justification for Chris J to move on over.
See, again, this is the thing. Liquid always running from the problem. Moving over towards B, but Chris J is here to meet them on the other side as well. And look, he's going for the push-off as well. He'll hit the shot. Wicked flick into the head, but it leaves Frozen alone. They've still got a man advantage. Going 1-for-1 wouldn't be the worst situation in the world, but can he get that kill? It doesn't look like he will. Grim will outduel him. 3-on-3 situation.
Frag grenade off the backboard. Dunked.
Oh, 1 health.
And that's just nasty. So much utility damage makes it easy for Kerrigan to spray through with the A1S. Now, all of a sudden, all Liquid have to their control is the back of this bomb site. And, well, the utility is dwindling. We've got that one flash left on Grim. Naf trying to fight tooth and nail. He's going to get peeked by the CT player. Bullet goes whizzing by, drawn into the open. BMAS hits the headshot. Mousesports find 14 first.
So well handled. Shout out to Chris J. Look at this play. Comes out mid, disrespects the arch smoke. As soon as Liquid want to just chill out and pretend they're taking mid. You can't even do that these days. Look at Chris running through the smoke, goes out so wide at mid. Elijah thinking, I'm at least tucked. I hear Chris running, but the Opper would never be this brave and go all the way out, exposing himself to the bottom of mid, T-steps, everything. But he does, and then immediately runs over to the other side, is part of the action, controls the round, influences everything, and even though Frozen dies without a kill on the B site, they still win on game plan alone. Big moves by Chris.
Flashbang over the top. Chris J fully blind.
He just waits.
Quick little flick into Stewie 2K makes it look so easy. Then he falls back. Twist going to challenge here on brackets control. He's got 2 players out to his right and another one over on arch, so this is not where he wants to be. But if he goes balcony, now that's where I think he could take something away from Mousesports. Especially if it combines nicely with a bit of a ruse here in boiler/mid twist, though he's not going to go towards balc at all. He is here with Naf and Elige, and they're going to contest it. Instantly dropped. Not even a sweat for Rops. Elige is going to answer with just the 1 kill. It's Mousesports finding 15.
They've pretty much done it here. There's still going to be 1 more buy left, but this is just feeling like shades of yesterday, or Mousesports late into it are just getting more and more clutch. The game plan is starting to become more and more effective. The reads are becoming stronger, and Rops is now coming into play. Of course, he recovers his scoreline a little bit. Started out with 4 kills, is on to 11. He's been playing A, even though all the action has been towards B. Chris J in this 4th quarter has been something to talk about as well. These opening op picks. It's so insane how Mousesports, it feels like it's a very few kills that are completely dictating the outcome of the match. Now, of course, this one isn't quite over. There's still a chance here for Team Liquid with this buy. But do they have the ideas to be able to win this? Look how flagrantly and happily Mousesports go and peek down Banana to try to get information. Can Liquid punish this?
Ooh, what a headshot from Stewie. What do they find off of the back of that? How do they follow through with this? It's the right round to get a man advantage. Kerrigan drops a bit of utility, then decides to rotate over to the A site. We do see Liquid trying to push 4 players up here. Again, man, they have not used balcony, but this round it wouldn't really compromise anybody on short because we've got Rops instead just on the cusp of pit. Kerrigan's going to take to the corner.
Are they?
They're leaving.
Oh, this is smart by Liquid. Oh my god, no, Chris actually gets a kill. This is going to confuse them a lot. 25 seconds. They're making a hard rotation. Late flash to the top of mid. Chris is going to get pushed back into the site. There's still an opportunity here for Liquid to win before anybody rotates. Chris is going to peek into this. He could be the hero.
Let's see. They're right on the other side of the smoke. He takes down a leash, fades back. Oh! And no scopes for the leg shot. Twist down to 15 HP, 7 seconds. Chris is gonna go down. It's Grim to take control, but with that bomb planted, 3 quick kills. Mousesports take Inferno.
Oh my god, they actually win in this fashion, man. Okay, this is just all about Chris. Actually had a terrible Inferno yesterday, the day before, whatever it was. Completely recovered, bounced back. It was Kerrigan in the first half, Chris in the second. Rops recovering things. Mousesports, there's something special here.
Yeah, there absolutely is. Players piecing it together. All the forces of Mousesports really finding the form here today and coming together as a team, as a concentrated